Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. The Khalsa Raj wasn't too long ago. It only ended in 1849, which is only like 170 years ago. Our history, Sikhi, our history is very, very new. It's very, very much in its youth. And most of us have gotten separated from our history. Most of us have been pushed away from our history, thinking that it's so long ago, whereas it's only like 170 years ago when we had those Nihang Singhs who were like deep in their earth, who were like proper into Sikhi, connecting with the One. That was only 170 years ago, and we still have people like that today. And the British, when they colonized us, they separated us from our history, and slowly we started parting from our history, and we slowly started letting go of our Sikhi. And it's pictures like Martin Luther King in black and white to make us think that, oh yeah, it's a black and white picture, that must be way long past in history. But it's only in the 1960s, only about 80 years ago, it happened. That's nothing. In terms of history, that is nothing. And there was coloured images way before that. And we're made to think that we're so far from our history that we start like letting go of it. We start letting it slip out of our hands. And this is how we forget our Sikhi. This is how we let go of our Sikhi. Even though this Badshai, this kingship, this king-like royalty has been given to us, we're letting it go. And this is one of the biggest opportunities in the world right now. And you're letting it go, you're letting it slip through your hands. Are you really ready to cash it in? Imagine winning a lottery not once, but twice. Imagine being born a human, but also being born into Sikhi. You have this opportunity to connect with the One, the only true thing, that almighty being. And are you really going to let this slip out of your hands just because the history, the itihas, feels so far away? Just because you feel separated from the history, from the gurus, even though our religion is one of the youngest religions in the world. Quick plug before we get into this video: if you want me to personally coach you one-on-one in Sikhi, I've got Sikhi coaching in the top link in the description below. You can check that out. I've got a limited offer right now. The first person to purchase it gets like 20% off. In there, I'll basically help you integrate Sikhi into your life personally, one-on-one, and help you with any problems you have. So as I was saying, this is one of the most opportunistic generations that we've had in such a long time. You right now have in front of you a platter of limitless opportunities. Right now you have endless amounts of opportunities. You have so much time on your hands, it's insane. It's insane how much time we have on our hands nowadays. We think that, oh, a 9 to 5 takes so much time, school takes so much time out of our day, but there's literally kids out there who, since the day they were born, once they got to the right age, like 3 or 4, they were working from day till night. They had no time for themselves. Nowadays, we have so much time for ourselves, but we spend our time in this Maya. We spend our time in the illusion of the world. We don't spend our time on the right things, which is connecting with that One. We end up scrolling the whole day. We end up watching some things that we shouldn't be watching. We end up going out with friends who do degenerate things and talk about degenerate things. This is where all our time has been wasted. We waste time spending money on stupid materialistic items. We are stuck in this illusion, and this is why we're here. And even though you've been given this kingship, this Badshai, we are literally kings. This is why we wear the turban. This is like a crown on our heads. We hold it high because Guru Gobind Singh Ji, all the gurus together, gave us this Badshai. They gave us this royalty. But guess what we're doing? Instead of being royal, instead of using this royalty in the spiritual realm, instead of using this such high royalty, we become a slave to the world. We are a slave. We are kings in our karam. We are kings in our actions. That's why we've got here. That's why we've got this human life. That's why we've got Sikhi. We've been born with religion. But we act like slaves. We are pretty much slaves to this Maya. And we've got so much time and power in our hands nowadays. You know how hard it was to meet one of the Gurus, or Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when the war against the Mughals were going on. You know how hard, you know how lucky it would be to just see him. It'd be so lucky. But nowadays, there are Gurdwara everywhere. And we get to see Guru Granth Sahib Ji every single day. We have the chance to meet him every single day. And bow down to them. And go around them. You know how much of a blessing that is? I can't even tell you. You have to experience Sikhi to understand how much of a blessing that is. And we've got so much katha on the internet. We've got so much information. We've got all our itihas all on the internet. We've got translations of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Even though they're not going to be the most accurate, we've still got them. We've got so much power in our hands. We've got so many YouTube channels like Basics of Sikhi, Nanak Naam, who really teach Sikhi, like rinse Sikhi out and give it to the youth. They show the true beauty of Sikhi. We've got so much power nowadays. We have so much time nowadays. But guess what we do? We forget about Sikhi. We think that, oh yeah, it's some far dystopian reality. Khalsa will Raj one day, but like, it's not going to be in my lifetime, is it? So I probably won't try. Sikhi is not for me. I don't want to grow my case out. What will people think when I wear a bug? What will people think when I take Amrit? What about I need to focus on my university studies? All these excuses. Because the world pulls this illusion over your eyes. You are blind right now. And this is why you're going to waste this opportunity. This is why this opportunity of this human life to connect with the One, this opportunity of Sikhi is going to slip from your hands. And you might be thinking right now, no, I actually have an excuse. I have family problems. I have this going on in my life. I have that going on in my life. Well, what if I told you that maybe you do deserve it? That maybe you do deserve all this suffering and all this pain. Because in your past life, you must have done something wrong. And all this karam, all these bad actions that you've done over your past lives, they've come up until now, and they've gathered as a big baggage on you. And you're just carrying it around, and this is why you're suffering. And you might be saying, well, yeah, and I'm suffering, and I can't do anything about it. But no, you can do something about it. And that is Sikhi. That is Japing Naam. Guruji tells us that by Japing Naam, by saying one Waheguru with pure love, with pure daya, compassion, contentment, that can burn away 1,000,000 sins. Just one. So imagine you start Japing Naam your whole entire life. Imagine waking up at Amrit Vela. Imagine waking up early in the morning and Japing Naam. Things will happen to you. Things will change. Waheguru is there. The power of Naam is there. But you've got to do it. It's like saying, you've just got to experience Sikhi, man. It's like saying, I have this chocolate right now, but I tell you, it's so sweet. This is the sweetest chocolate on earth. It's so nice. But I never let you try it. Now you'll never know if that chocolate was sweet, or if it was really bitter, or if it tasted good or not. You'd really never know until you actually take a bite of that chocolate. And that's where people miss it. That's where people miss taking that bite of sikhi, you could say. That just diving into sikhi, allowing yourself to come into sangat, allowing yourself to come into sikhi and actually experience it. Because that is what will show you. Imagine being so arrogant that you don't even try it, that you don't believe that there's a higher power, there's this one creator. Imagine you didn't at least try to experience it. It doesn't even hurt. And we've got all this dirt, all this mel from our bad actions around us, around our jot, around our light. We are all a part of God. You are God. I am God. We are one. We are one. There is God within everything right now. Every strand of grass here, this tree right here, it has the light of God. Everything has the light of God. But we've got so much dirt around this light that we can't see it. That it just does not shine bright enough. And the only way to remove this dirt is through Naam. It's through dropping Naam. This is the only way. You have been blessed with this body to connect with the One. Pi parapat manuk de hariya, Gobind milan ki e teri bariya. This is your chance to meet Waheguru. I can't stress this enough. This is your chance to meet Waheguru. The Khalsa Raj was not long ago. Will you be a part of the next one? Will you become a part of the Khalsa? The people who will rule. Rule everyone, and everyone else will be happy. The time is now. You've got to do this. Every breath is not a promise. You're lucky enough to be watching this video. You're lucky enough to be in a world where there is Guruji. You're lucky enough to actually be hearing such words right now. This is your chance. You are not a child anymore. You are an adult. So act like one. And with Vaheguru's Kirpa, you'll get there. We're all on this journey together. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Keep on watching other videos to follow this path. I've got a Khalsa Brotherhood in the second link in the description below. You can check that out. There's people like you and me who just want to get onto this journey. You can ask me questions, and we also do weekly calls on there every Saturday. Tomorrow is not a promise, so do what you can today. Start becoming that Khalsa today. Because when you take one step towards the Guru, he will carry you on for 10 million more. That is the power. Forgive me for all the mistakes I made in this video. I'm not the Guru, I'm not a saint, but I just want to help you on this journey. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.